And we are back in the time loop finally after not really taking a break from, but just, deciding not to do Red Hot Racing Circuit for a moment and return to this game. Ironically, it's not even called this in real life anymore. It's called WeatherTech Raceway. Because Mazda lost the sponsorship rights after like 20 years. And today we are playing as Danny. And also Keenan and SoFast are here as well. It's starting very high on the grid though. There's only 3 cars behind us, and it is quite foggy also. Let's see, are the lights gonna like appear or I'm already on low. Okay, Ferrari came over a couple of lanes. My goodness. People say Danny is aggressive. I mean, he is. I just went up like 10 spots in one corner. Almost. Went up 9. Oh, we are taking our sweet time here. You knew exactly what was coming if Danny was there. Ooh. Okay. Why did you let off on the corner exit, you fool? God, you are not taking these very fast. You know what? See you later. Uh-oh. We're fine. Alright, in one lap, I've gone from 13th to the lead. You know, sometimes all it takes is just a bit of aggression. And now I run. We're fine. So I've been kind of considering putting the music that's been used in Red Hot over here, but at the same time, I also feel like that kind of breaks the podcast type, way of doing this series that, Universe Zero, and then by extension this was sort of founded upon, whatever. It's like, are the lights on? It's hard to tell. A little more braking than that. Okay, we are not turning. Today the accuracy feels kind of lackadaisical. It just kind of picks and chooses when it wants to turn in. My God, turn in. Brake bias is even lower than usual. Usually going beneath like 59 is a death sentence in this game. So it's going on that curve. I've literally never hit that curve before. I should probably remember by now when the gears shift over so I know if I can or can't downshift mid-turn. This car in low revs, because of its turbo kit, is a little bit reluctant to just move. Not to mention Acura Honda/Acura has always been known for the VTEC system, which I don't know if that exists within this car, but it might be kind of an inherent. Similarly to the Nissan, sometimes feeling like it's all-wheel drive, possibly because the actual Nissan GTR road cars are. It's just a personal feeling that that's how the case. I felt faster than that, I'm gonna be honest, but it wasn't, obviously. It seems like Danny is more comfortable in this car than I am right now. With it, he's just tearing away from the competition. 11-second difference. We've only done four and a bit laps. Oh, okay, well. That was a risk, trying to go into first for that. Normally that would have been a penalty if I had those on, because I was very much not really on the racetrack there. Yeah, I think second's almost a necessity in that that turn. I cannot read that. The fog prevents such actions. Is this someone to make the turn? Great. I think Danny's chasing the record here, biggest win margin. I don't quite know what that record is, but I want to say it's like 35 seconds, but I don't know from who or where and when it happened. Yeah, Danny's definitely chasing that, whatever it may be. Ah! Car got a little confused on that turn exit. All these years of Laguna Seca, I still am not 100% sure on how to take this turn. I mean, I guess like that, but that's not exactly a perfect formula. Or a perfected formula, rather. We always be doing that, but I just don't, for whatever reason. I just ate popcorn, so my throat's probably a little annoyed with me. Oh, please turn. Oh, please turn. Oh, please turn. Yeah, last place just popped up on my relative timer. That means that I am closer to them than I am to 5th place. Which, that is kind of terrifying to think. We're not even halfway through the race, and I'm only 30 seconds away from last. Then you may be the first driver in time loop to lap someone. Fog also appears to be dissipating. Sun is also setting at the same time, so visibility is definitely a commodity in this one. However, at least it's keeping the tires at the correct temperature pretty well, by the temperature ambient-wise never getting much higher. That's a curve. Now we are halfway through the race. Ah. There's a sunset over there. Somewhere. We've lost the rising sun. Or setting, you know. Reference to thing that no one really cares about. There's a new fastest lap. It is now about 27 seconds between me and second. And night's already pretty much here. Such is time loop, that sunset never really hangs around for too long. I suppose that happens when local time is progressing 20 times faster than it should be. No, more than that, actually. I'm talking about, it's like 60 times faster than it should be. 20 times is what I practice with in doing league races, if it's a full-time night race. That's what my private testing lobby is set as 20 times. I just got confused. This is not how you're supposed to enter this turn. That was a ghetto corner, pretty much. Now we got like this night vision stuff or something. Weird colored sky off over there. Admittedly, if there ever was an episode to try and put the music over, it'd certainly be this one, because this has not been, as you would say, intense gameplay. I haven't even seen any opponent cars since lap 2. And that's why you don't always go in first. You're there. Well, this put me in a good speed for that corner. Oh, get off of that. Oh, get off of that. Alright, my rhythm is totally off. Hang on. I gotta, like, hit, like, the reset button. So I can, like, you know, drive correctly again. I make one mistake and every part of my mind is just like, more! Make more errors! One is just simply not enough errors. Don't you know this is a comedy channel? Heck it is. I mean, I certainly try, but it isn't. It's still technically a gaming channel. Yeah, you don't hit first gear too much, and don't ever hook that curb while in first gear. That's too late. We've survived. If only I could just do that every time. I think it was most of that curb on the one time I spun out. I didn't really even spin out, I just lost the car. And still kept it straight enough. Hello, curb, how are you? That one is terrifying, by the way. That curb is probably the single most dangerous one on this track. Other than maybe the outside one here. And I've seen the inside one on the next left-hander destroy some people too. Both those curbs have. Just I got lucky and didn't. Acura is better than most at hitting them. Oh, I thought that was a Napa billboard. No, that's Top Wheels. That wouldn't make any sense if there were Napa billboards. This isn't NASCAR heat. Oh, don't do it again. We got almost just over 5 to go. 5 minutes. It'll be 3 laps from here. Oh dear. Oh! Oh, that was an impact. Also, the replay is already simulating the damage that's not on the car yet. One of the headlights is missing. Yeah, basically what happens here is I just get rear tire on the both tires on the curb while I'm trying to hit the brakes. That's not a thing you ever do. I'm trying to look at... That's... You're not really getting much of a response here from Danny. That was... I don't know exactly what kind of an impact. Can look at the, they got on that curb. And then on the other curb. Can't really see the speedometer because of the driver's hand in the way. We don't need the speedometer. What am I doing? Wait, I do need the speedometer. I probably guess that was like a 70-mile-an-hour crash. So, while this has been nowhere near as violent as Metacog's wreck, the shock value alone, not to mention also not being a robot, probably made this a lot harder than it actually might have been. Well, the car has been recovered to pit lane, but admittedly things aren't looking too great for Danny right now. If he does survive, this has been a major head injury. He might not even know who he is if he wakes up. There isn't much much certainty in anybody here. You can, however, look at the rest of the race. As much as really isn't happening right now. Only things of note are So Fast has moved up. And Keenan's just about where he was before. And this Acura, oh man. And these guys are running lap times in the minute 31 realm. I was running 26s before the wreck. I also just realized this is the 14, not the 17. This is Mojo Jojo here, leading the way. Also, this track is quite hard to pass, normally. And so as such, I wouldn't necessarily expect the AI to do so. As I say this guy just decided to just make it louder to me, and actually, well, not perfectly clean, but he does make that run stick, and that's actual, like, racing from the AI in this game. The AI are actually pretty aggressive when given the opportunity. They just don't give the opportunity very often. Apparently the forecast says there is more fog incoming. It'll be 2 more for this Porsche. The Aston does have top speed though, so maybe he's faster in a straight line, and that's going to help him here. Tough to say. You can now look at the speedo as well, so... But yeah, the Aston Martin is tearing it up at the moment. He ran an entire half a second faster than the Porsche that last lap, and he had to pass the 488 back here. Oh, really? These older cars, the Aston Martin, the Z4, and the SLS, they have something of a mean streak sometimes. They just decide to just send it a lot. It's quite terrifying. Like this. But he's not going to do anything. He'll still have another lap to finish him off, though. Clearly that Porsche driver, Mojo Jojo up there, is quite shaken by this guy. Thinks about it here, but there's just not enough braking to do in that turn. That's actually just kind of screwed him over. Yeah, the Aston Martin's got a huge top speed difference. He was going faster than I was down that front straight. I only cracked 141. He was higher than that. Though he was also drafting the Porsche. Yeah, just down to the thing that he has to choose which move he makes carefully. Something like the next corner isn't going to get him very far, but if he chooses to try down the corkscrew, he might get it made. So of course that means he's going to do exactly what I said not to do and try and pass there. Timer is up. This is the final lap for this Aston Martin to maybe make a liar out of me again. There's just no way though. Certainly not here. Your best bet would have realistically been to not do that and just wait for this final corner, but the Mojo Jojo is going to win in lieu of Danny, who may or may not even make it out of this track alive. So fast will come in 4th place. And it looks as though I missed Keenan getting around this Audi here. He will go no further. We have received further confirmations. This is another one, folks. Another lost cause. Pretty soon there'll be no Velocity X drivers left at this rate. Lost Metacog at Daytona. Danny here at Laguna Seca. Really interesting too, because it's a track he has been on plenty. It's not like Daytona where it was kind of an unknown. No, we've been on Laguna Seca like hundreds of times by this point, and just an amateur error. Kind of further run through this accident, get on that curb, that unsettles the car, had to stop here. Braking while on a curb is a terrible idea. It just swings the car over the other curb and into the wall. What Danny tried to do when he was panicking is he tried to floor it as his car was pointing down this way. You kind of hear his engine rise back up. Like that. You're not supposed to do that. You should have kept it on the brakes and then at least had less of an impact, but he either panicked or just thought he could initial D his way through this corkscrew, and that just doesn't work. Also, let's talk about how wimpy this impact is. reading like 65 miles an hour and just like, pop. Just pop. It's kind of funny, but also kind of mean that I laugh at it. So there's our second fatality in time loop. It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.